2:30 p.m. in our Nigeria, but in their own places, a.m.
Okay, 2:30 p.m.
Yeah,
New
except
York is like this time. Their time is it plus 12?
plus it's very depend. New York particular is like plus is it 5 or 6? Around yes,
Okay,
just just around five
5 or 6. Okay,
difference. Just like if we are at 1:30, is their own 8:30.
okay.
You understand? How
Okay,
many
so
hours is that?
that's that one
One thirty in the
in the
afternoon.
afternoon. They
They
will
are
be
in
8.
8:30.
That's like 7 hours.
7 hours,
7 hours
yes. 7 hours
difference.
different.
Okay.
So since we have two markets, that's London and New York. And the New York have New York
Proper.
session is its own and New York Stock Exchange.
Okay.
So and it's just like 1 hour interval
Intervals.
between
Okay.
them. Well done, my sister Glory. So it's just 1 hour
Difference.
difference.
Okay.
So in these sessions, especially New York sessions, there is overlaps. There is a period that London and New York session overlap. At that period, there is enough volatility. The movement is faster for the market, so one can make huge income from that period if one knows the rules. So now I said we have Sylvan session, that was the midnight, and the Toki session.
Sorry, sir.
Sylvan, Sydney, Sylvan session,
Okay. SYD.
Sydney,
Okay, Sydney. Okay.
Sydney session,
Section.
and
Okay.
Tokyo, Tokyo,
Okay. Tokyo section.
Tokyo session.
Okay.
So
So.
those are the midnight, and their peers also. They have peers. For example, that CD session, we'll be talking of new and we'll be talking of Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. These are the country, Australia, from the word Australia, they
Okay.
appear, but these CF are married to dollar,
Okay.
or customize it to their own country.
Country.
And the
Okay.
same thing with new silver
Okay.
dollar. So you cannot see AUD is the pair of Aussie dollar. AUD.
Okay.
No,
Aussie.
Aussie.
Okay. Any we
Australia
have
dollar.
We have Australian section.
We have Tokyo.
Tokyo
We have
section.
CD section.
Okay.
CD section is now having pairs that you can trade that
Okay.
is unique with that period.
Okay.
That was what brought.
The
Is that not your
Australian.
food that is born?
No.
What is smell?
What's it about, guys?
Okay. So as that Tokyo and that's sales session now have New Zealand dollar and Australia dollar,
Okay. Australian dollar.
and New Zealand
New
dollar.
Zealand. Okay.
Uh, so we now use the acronym, and they have acronym AUD for Australia dollar and YNZD
For
is
New
for
Zealand.
yes.
Okay.
So why Tokyo has JPY, Japanese yen. We call it
Okay.
Japanese yen. That's their currency, the currency
Yeah.
they spend. Yeah. So
Japanese yen is JPY. I mean.
yes,
Okay. So.
JPY. That's the symbol we use on the forex market. PY. So
Okay.
in that section is always low. There's no much volatility because the number of money punch in it is not up to the London session and New York
Yes.
session.
Section.
And I said New York session and the London session, they have period where they match together,
So,
and that period is it has more volatility. And what also give more volatility is when there is special news from the both countries, New York
okay.
or US,
Okay.
and New York or London,
London.
Great British.
Okay.
So that of London session, the peer that work with that London session, they are number one, GBP, that's
Great
British
Britain pounds.
pounds. Yeah, GBP, that's number one. Then we have Euro, EUR, Euro, EUR, that's European Euro.
That's European currency.
Uh,
European euro.
yes, European Euro.
Okay,
Then
sir.
we have uh, CHF, that's France, CHF,
France, CHF.
CHF.
Okay.
So we have also um, majorly those are the peers
Under London.
under London. For now, I can remember. But those two, because those are now that of US, we have USD. We call it USD.
Okay.
United States, that's the
Dollars.
dollar. Then we have Canadian dollar. I follow that section of New York.
Okay.
Hope
This
it's
I
not
have a
reason.
question.
Am I
Okay, now
fast?
this no. This London section. Now we have Great Britain pounds. We have euro. We have franc,
Yes.
which is CHF.
Yes.
But this America. We have New York.
Yes.
Then under New York, we have Sydney section, Tokyo section.
No. Let me, let me start.
We have New York proper,
We have New York proper.
and we have New York Stock Exchange.
Yes.
Okay.
1 hour interval.
Okay.
Okay.
So under New York proper, we have Sydney section.
We have 4 sessions,
Okay.
but we only can trade 2 sessions in our country, Nigeria.
Okay. Now I get.
Yes.
Now I get.
So the midnight ones, I put them 2. The
Okay.
daytime, I put them 2.
So okay.
So as long as I through with the daytime, I now move back to the midnight,
Midnight.
which is still Sydney and Tokyo.
Okay, sir.
Any other?
But
The
this
PM.
2:30 p.m. and there's 1 hour difference
1 hour different, but within that 1 hour difference, there's still volatility.
Okay. Then that's 2:30 and is it 2:30 and 3:30? 1:30 and 2:30.
2:30, but we
Okay.
have 1 hour days time saving, so it's now 2:30 and
3:30 in our own time.
in our own time. But by February thereabout, it will reverse back to the original time. Yes. So all these things one must be familiar and conversant with it from time to time,
Okay,
so that
sir.
your trading career will improve. So I have some trades going on. So uh, so now with that, any question?
Okay, I think I understand everything now. So, but what I would still like to clarify on is this time. Like this New York proper, their time is 2:30 p.m.
2:30 p.m. for now. For normally, if there's no 1 hour saving,
Okay.
One New York starts 1:30.
Okay.
Why New York Stock Exchange
Starts
2:30,
2:30.
1 hour.
Okay.
But now that we have day 1 hour day saving time with them, so you understand that.
Okay. So that means we in our own country now, New York proper is 2:30.
Yeah.
Then New York Stock Exchange is 3:30.
Yes.
Okay, sir. It's clear.
Okay.
Yes.
So we can move on.
Yes.
So now, having this background, the peers were married together, and they are married in such a way that we have major peers, we have exotic peers,
Okay.
and we have cross peers.
Major peers, exotic peers.
And cross peers.
Okay.
So,
Okay, sir.
as beginner, I will advise that you start with major peers, because that is where there's real money and there's good, the area to start with.
Okay.
And what are the major peers? Major peers can only be easily identified as any peer joined with USD.
Okay.
Among all what we've listed, from that of Sydney, Tokyo,
Tokyo, New York, London.
London, any pair that can be married with it
Okay, sir.
is now major pair. So any pair that cannot be married with USD, but they are in the high class, like Euro currency is high class,
Yeah.
GPP is high
High
class.
class.
So you can't say NGN, Nigeria currency is now falling to exotic.
Okay. Okay.
So everyone that is in the high class but is not USD is cross
Cross pairs.
peers
Like Great Britain,
and
Euro,
join together,
franc.
join together,
Yeah, cross pairs.
they are cross peers.
Okay. Okay.
So any question on that?
The exotic is like
Like
comparing
marry
Nigeria
South
and
Africa and Nigeria together.
okay.
So they are not recognized, not that they are not trade also,
Or Nigeria and Ghana
and
cities.
Ghana's exactly.
Okay.
So those are the exotic, and there's no much movement in those areas too. Their country, when you look at it, it's not always interesting.
Okay.
So
So like major pair now is like comparing Great Britain's and US dollars.
yes,
Okay. And US dollars. Then exotic is comparing cross pairs.
it's
Comparing
comparing Europe and GBP or
okay. That
Japanese
are not comparing two currencies that are not US
with US
dollars. That are
exactly.
not US
They are
dollars.
not
Okay,
US dollar.
okay. Okay, sir.
So now I said that volatility occur when this London session and New York session lap together.
Okay.
Now, in the morning, this
Okay, sir.
now for a trader that has other activities, other responsibilities, cannot we have different types of traders. We have full-time traders, we have
Freelance.
position we have freelance. Yes, you can categorize that one as freelance. Those
Okay,
that
sir.
are have high class that work, they still have primary work,
Wow, okay, sir.
but this one is secondary. But there are some they make it secondary, primary,
Primary.
and other thing
Secondary.
secondary.
Okay.
Those are full-time traders. So one will start somewhere, and we have a period in the morning that Tokyo and Sydney married with London session. And at that period also, there's some volatility. One cannot be compared with London and
New
New
York.
York because all over the world they rely on these two
Two
currencies
currencies, yeah.
for transactions and whatnot.
Okay.
Now, to start with, you have to define what you are looking for in the forex and what are the requirements to be profitable traders. All these questions must be inside you. And starting with it, how will I go about it? Where and how much to start with? Then one must, there will be losses. But yes,
Wow.
you are an accountant.
No risk, no gain.
You're an accountant, and you must able to minimize your losses. Then there are profits. As a trader, beginner, you must not look for profits. You must look for loss and how to cut your losses to the minimal. Yes. That is when you can become profitable traders. But if you look at the beginning and start looking at your profit, you'll be derailed, you'll be carried away. And when you are carried away, you're not able to contain losses. Because there will be time that you have big losses and the emotion will not set in to revenge. There is nothing like revenge in this market. The more you revenge, the more you've lost the good money. So these have to do with your psychology, your emotion. Ability to control your emotion will so either you be profitable or not. The market, nothing change. It is man that changes, and it is man the problem. And that is where the market maker, we have some people who call market maker, that is where they are making their billions from every day. So, knowing the foundation, build on the foundation, on your emotion, market, on the timing. Those are the key three things you must always have at the back. Able to know those ones will now help you to know that I'm not, for now, I'm not looking at my profits. Profit will come when you cut your losses lower. So it now comes to how to enter market, what should be my stop loss. After knowing your stop loss, what should be my take profit? Where should I take the profit? Is my stop loss bigger than my profit? So when your stop loss is bigger, you are not a good trader. So which means not everywhere you will enter to buy, not everywhere will you enter to sell. Because we only do two things: either you buy or you sell. It's two things. And I will bring out the chart. But the chart is not the problem, it's the real man the problem. And the real man that is being controlled by the emotion, ability to have power over your emotions. So there are negative emotions, there are positive emotions. So the reason I decided to train our brethren is because they are hearing God's word and they should, with what they have learned, able to build their lives on it. Because negative emotion is greedy, revenge spirit, and over trading. There are many, but for now I'm just giving three. Impatience is part of it, and not able to control your emotions is also part of it. Apart from impatient, you know, oh, at times you see some people when things goes somehow in the office anywhere, the way they begin to react, they begin to vibrate. So those are the things that affect this market, and that's where the big boys, we call them market makers, institutions, or big boys. That's why they are breaking down. And one funny thing about this forex trading is that out of 100% of people that enter, hardly you see 10% that make it. I know that there are some things that will be falling to you. That we are able to continue with this thing.
So like 90% they've already failed already.
Yes.
Wow.
And why did they fail? It's born down to emotion. That is the major thing. And when we talk on emotion, emotion is very, very easy. If the word of God cannot broken a man, that man cannot succeed. It is the beginning of able to be man of the world that makes you to succeed in life generally, talkless of forex trading. So today, by the grace of God, I've made some trading different on my live account, and some are still running. So these are what I have made in one part. In another part, uh, This is another. Have I closed it? I've closed. Okay, this is it. This is what I've made in this other one also. This is what I've made by the grace of God. And you will see the pair that I trade. They are not many.
They're in dollars.
They are in dollars. They are in dollars. You know that why I said that you should start with major pairs. That is where you will be able to learn the market quickly. So if you now look at them, the question you will ask is that, sir, you don't have any losses. It does not start today. It starts somewhere. But when you now say minus 0.70, that is rollover of metal.
Okay.
That's the charges. So now, yesterday, by
Like
the
this
grace,
one, $16, 15.95.
it's just a small token. Let me just, I want to customize okay, let me customize it. Anyway, bye. So this, yesterday is 28, abi?
Yes.
Now, you can see, no trade. Not every day
Okay.
you will trade. Not every
Every
day.
day.
It depends on the availability of the time and readiness to know more. Why did I not trade yesterday? I was in the car. And we have leadership with also. Not that I did not trade, but I not place. Let me see if I place any trade here yesterday. Because hardly will I not, at least if it is one, if it is two, and if it is demo at times, I can go to demo account also. So, because we keep this market needs everyday training.
Training.
Yes, that's why I've not been having time. I keep training myself, keep developing some principles and wow.
Okay, these are yesterday.
And you know, I want to look at the time and do it. Try to customize it. 28. 28. So, you see now,
I'm not trade.
the trade. So, what I'm trying to say is that not every day you place trade. Not every day. And Forex is just an aspect. We have another aspect. Stock. You know, I mentioned in the New York we have
New York
the
Stock
US.
Exchange.
That one also is another area. But there are some principles in the Forex market that you can use to trade the stock with these charts. Now, any question before I do some little introduction on the charts?
I think the major thing is the chat. The major thing is the chat.
The major thing is not the charts. Yes.
Eh?
The major thing is not the charts. The major thing is ability to study yourself and to control your kind of emotion. That has not changed. Chat will never change. Now, let's start with the chat. Let me start with clean chat. Let me start with clean chat so that it will not confuse you. This is how it look like. This is how it look like.
Starting from the scratch.
Front. But this pair that we join together is gold and USD. Symbol for gold here is XAU
Gold.
and USD.
Gold, is it used in any country?
Is
it used in any country?
a good question. Gold is attached to Australian dollar. And but who is the highest producer of gold? Is Chinese. China.
Okay. So,
China has higher, but Australia, that is their major
correct.
major, no major metal that they
Okay,
depend on,
major
that
metal.
they export to another country like China. So, and USD is American dollar. So, join that. So, how they are able to make profit in the US is good, and that being my favorite peer trade is because anything negative happening to America, good go. Anything negative that means is that they have every one of them have the calendar dates.
Okay.
They have the key things. Call it factory forex. Forest factory, sorry.
Okay.
Factory. They have forest
Forest
factory
factory.
where we know what are the major news in the US today that we have. It's like emotion. Some people will close their market, they will not do anything that day.
Yeah.
So when there's and there's some you want to use that opportunity to make their their money. So mean that fully, they have symbol. How does foreign factory look like? Let me show you foreign factory. That's why I say chart is not the main thing. It leads us to the other thing. It leads us to the other thing. So now, forest factory is just forestfactory.com and it's accessible for everyone.
Okay.
And
On
today,
any device, Abi,
on any
including
device,
phone, laptop.
anywhere, any device. So today, when I say 29, these are the peers on the news. These are the peers on the news. France, Europe, Europe, US, US, and time, Nigeria time, because I set it to be my country time. If I happen to travel outside country, I will set it to that country's time so that I will know the exact time. Now, these are the three peers, and they are yellow. Yellow doesn't have much impact, but now still have impact, but not so much like when it is red or orange. So now, having known that one, how did we marry this one together? Euro USD goes together. Euro CHF,
Euro USD are like major pair.
they are major pair. When you have USD, land join together, it's also you see that we are bringing together, and we can add that is also making cross cross so that once the transition keep why chat now also chat all these things when you start to work and do data we have that conclude all these things conclude this workstation work environment culture. This one is back chat. This one is cat. This one is live chat. Different channel, different not ever chat. But I this way can yes and you can do like for very first. So you can see that they are not white. So we have white one sellers. When you find different colors, you can represent Seller, yellow, purple, anything. But this is the default setting. I am not sure. The white line is set. The white one here is set. White, green, and white. These three are clear. Let's click the button for patch and how to like we can yeah, we can expand by click zoom. These are how many click like because they are one and it's so two things. I don't know I seller. You have to master the book. These are these are not lecture on how to count options, but it's very simple. Let's use bad chapter. This one where it's close to open. Why did I say that? Close to open. It's because if you look at this one after it has finished, then this one comes. This one does not come before this one. It's coming it's going it's going like that. And to control the movement, you use this icon. This one is assuming I don't want I want it to open everything so that I can drag the back. I want to see what's going on in the back. I will disable them. You can now see that it has shift. I can now move this one and it will be moving.
Oh,
It will, but once I click this one,
this one
I
more.
can't move it. And this one also can. So that's the work of that one.
So like now I can't go back.
You can know it will be dragging by itself. It will be rejecting it.
Eh.
So that
So if
if
I
you disable the two,
disable the two,
you can move back to the number of days you want to look at. You are causing something. That's what you did. Is take profit too.
eh,
Eh,
that's taking profits.
no, it's to take profit. But
Okay,
when you take it down of this place, it's negative.
it's negative. Okay.
So the trade is going on and it's in profit already. So just uh, just recap. So this is
Okay.
so that's this is it. This is how the candle should look like. It's if you drag it from here, it will be moving,
Okay.
and the date
We're
will be
changing.
changing. And here now comes time frame. We call this thing time frame. All these ones.
Okay.
We have months, monthly. We have weekly. We have daily. We have 4 hours. We have 1 hour,
1 hour, 30
30 minutes,
minutes,
5
15,
minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes,
1
1 minute.
minute.
Which means if I put it to 1 minute candle, each of this is 1 minute. If I put
Okay.
it to 1 hour, each of the candle is
1
1
hour.
hour. If I put it to daily, 24 hours. So one candle is what? Is a day.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So if I now put to week, one candle is one.
1 week.
If I put the month, one candle is
1 month.
1 month. So you can
There's no
customize it.
year.
You as a researcher can help us build. It's possible
Okay.
because of all those institutional rules have developed such thing. But this is what they give to the retailer, and which you can also customize. You can customize it. You know, there's no other available again. This is
Yeah.
what they give the retailer. They may have access to 3 months, 4 months, 1 year.
Quarterly,
And
annually,
you are
something like that.
so this is what they give to the retailer that is accessible.
Okay, sir.
So now I've told you that each time frame you click shows one candle of its kind. If I choose 5 minutes time frame, one candle is one
5 minutes.
5 minutes. So we're not talking on opening and closing. When it is, we call this sell bearish. We call buy bullish.
Okay, seller is
Bearish.
bearish.
Yes.
BER.
Bearish. Bearish.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bearish.
for the word beer.
Oh, okay.
Beer and bull.
Okay, sir. Then the buyer is bullish.
Bull for bull. ISH. Bullish.
Okay, sir.
So now this bearish, it's this one is bullish. It's open here and close up. It's open here and do what?
Close up.
Close up. How will you know that it's close up? It is where you point your mouse that you can display all this information. You say open 1836,
0.67.
and this is where it did what? It closed. Now look at the close. 1837,
7.
and this 1837.
Okay.
So we can use this. This now come to this line. This now come to this. This is the horizontal line. You click on it. You can see the way I put it now. So that the line,
Okay.
what it gave us, the information it gave us, to see that it is right.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
We may not get perfect, and all these,
Approximation.
yes, but all these numbers, we have pipettes, we have pips. Pipette is the smallest.
Okay, sir.
So anything after it is the pip. So one is one pip. When it is more than one, it's pips. 2 pips. If someone say, are you a trader? Yes. How many pips do you make in a day? How many pips are you making a day? Let me give you a good example. Let me use this one. Let me use this one to give you an example of that area. Now, let's say I place this trade to be sell, to be sell. Now, and I move this one. This will be my take profit. You can see it as so it take profit.
Okay.
If you now point your mouse on it, what can you see?
If I point my mouse,
You
it
see
says
after I put
profit
my
is
mouse,
5.
the last one,
Okay, pips is 108.
108. Do you understand that?
Okay.
I cannot move my stop loss and put it somewhere. I look at the place that market is not able to reach and how many pips I want to lose
72 pips.
compared to how many I want to gain. So, although I will close this market, I don't need it. So what I'm saying is this: the pips is when it's more than one.
One.
So that take that one. Let's go back to our
Okay, if it is more
S.
than one, maybe like you have 100 pips.
You put S there.
So if it is less than one, maybe
Minus sir.
minus 100,
Exactly.
minus
You
100
can see that that
pips.
was so minus.
Yes.
Uh, that shows that that is your losses. Where
Yes,
is
sir.
plus? That's your profit
Profit. Okay, sir.
area to address on checking calendar. This one. So now you can see that this one opened at this number
1836.
1836 and closes
1837.
137. If you now want to look at 1836, another method you can use is that you double click this arrow that you are using, this horizontal line. You now right click it and click horizontal line property and type, you must have right, put down the value you got here
Okay.
and type it here. Let's say one, let's
836.
just put only 6. We don't want to reckon with the other.
Decimals.
You see that this thing will move to that place.
Wow.
Do you understand? So from here now, you know that your close is
837.
137. Your open is what?
1836.
And they have higher and lower. When you now look at higher and lower, I will now tell you what they are for. They are all these tails,
Okay.
which means it doesn't have much tail when you look at the different. Unlike all these ones that have tail,
Yeah, okay.
all these ones that have tails,
Okay,
that
sir.
we call it wicks, W-I-C-K, or tails.
Okay, sir.
That is telling you that there's a strong, serious fighting between the buyer and the
Seller.
seller. But when everything closed properly, either for the bearish or the bullish, someone has come to power. Look at this one now.
This one.
These people, who has come to power there?
This one is actually for the buyer.
Yes. Which one? Can you see how it moves?
Okay, I see that.